Hey guys, how are we doing? So Nox is doing these war arc videos, which I think is quite interesting, and I feel like checking them all out. Probably won't check out the One Piece one though, because I've still not got into One Piece, which is ridiculous because I did that video 6 months ago, and I was like, "Wow, I'm gonna get into One Piece." We're on Crunchyroll, typed in One Piece. They don't show One Piece in the UK, so then that was my quest to watch One Piece. But anyway. So I'm checking this. He's done one for like Code Geass, 7 Deadly Sins, this Naruto one. So I think I might check them out. Obviously, I'm just doing a weekly video. But anyway, let's get into this. This is the Unspoken Fate of Uchiha Senju Naruto Shippuden War Arc. And the Naruto Shippuden War Arc. Why are you playing? I did not press play. The War Arc was weird because it should have been a lot better than it was. It had its moments, but there was no you didn't feel anything for it. Like, when you've got all these fights, it's like, oh, okay, there's nothing really going on. There's too much going on at the same time for you to care about the individual fights. And then... Right, anyway, let's see what Nox has to say.
As a full-on Naruto fanboy that loved every aspect and conflicting ideology in the series,
yeah.
Damn, that Black Zetsu thing, whoo! Freaking made my day, if you know what I'm saying.
I'm sure
the war arc
it
in
did.
Naruto is the most controversial part of the entire series. It's insanely long, spanning to about a third of the total runtime of the series.
Jesus, is that how long it is?
Filler infested,
The filler
and
was
even
weird.
worse than that, most people would agree that it did not hold the standard earlier Naruto set
That's
the bar
very
at.
true,
Now,
yes.
I'm bringing up this war arc right now because I'm in the midst of a little bit of a documentary series on anime war arcs, tackling
Cool.
the idea from all angles. So, while the other 5 wars I've selected to discuss are all different ways to have a war arc be done right, Naruto's, while not being done wrong per se, definitely did not hold up the standards of the series.
Could have been
Definitely
better.
subscribe and check out the other ones if you like this documentary series thingy. I'm actually really excited about it. I even made Life is a War Arc merch. Being that Naruto's War Arc was the climax of the entire show until this point that so many people were invested in, when people think anime War Arc, the first one to pop into anyone's mind is Naruto. Now, as I've mentioned in my introduction to this War Arc docu-series, every war has 3 parts. There's what triggers the war, which in Naruto's case is basically the entirety of Shippuden up to this point,
Then
with
the
the
Kage
kickoff being
Summit.
at the 5 Kage Summit, and honestly, it was amazing. But being that I've selected these 6 individual wars to accentuate certain aspects of how a war arc is great and appealing and stuff, Naruto is very meticulously trying to cram so much into this war, it ended up losing something in the process. Both the battle and the climax segments of the war have a massive disconnect, being that Kishimoto's aiming to make the war both superficially appealing as far as awesome fights, amazing callbacks, every character ever, be it alive or dead, recurring for this epic moment, except for Jiraiya, because Kabuto, who's managed to find DNA of literally anyone ever,
how are you not going to find DNA of
Jiraiya,
Jiraiya?
who was literally
He was a
famous for
womanizer.
attacks like hair needles, where he'd shoot his hair at people. Yeah, couldn't find a strand of his DNA anywhere. Not the point. The point is, superficially, the battle aspect of the war, bringing back the Swordman of the Mist,
Which is cool.
bringing back the Akatsuki, bringing back the previous Kage, superficially, everything was done right. We got our callbacks. I remember when I originally saw all the Akatsuki get revived by the Edo Tensei, I immediately reached for the lotion, but as that war played out and all these superficially dick-hardening pieces of the puzzle came together, for some reason, the enjoyment and underlying excitement I initially had was not fulfilled. Now, the reason for this is, while superficially it was astounding and a hell of a lot of fun, where Garo fought his dad, Naruto fought the 3rd Raikage, Kakashi fought Zabuza, the 2nd Mizukage is one of the greatest trolls of all time, Darui had the worst battle ever with Kinkaku and Shminkaku, who they were like, oh, these guys were important all along.
That was
because,
kind of weird.
You see, they beat
It's an
the 2nd
asshole,
Okage, and then they also had like kind of 9-tailed chakra, and yeah, they're cool, right? Yeah, nicely done.
Yeah.
But there was nothing to any of these fights once you look a little past the surface level. While they were all fun and exciting,
there's nothing
none
to
of them
them.
had any thematic relevance.
No.
Yes, Naruto shoving the Rasengan into the 3rd Raikage's hand because he figured that's the only way he'd be able to hurt him because he stabbed himself. That's really cool. It's a really dope fight. But I felt nothing.
No.
Now, as far as the
It's
end
like,
of
right,
the
okay,
war,
carry on.
nearing the climax, we we had the total opposite problem. Every single thing that was done had thematic relevance, but the superficial aspect was not there. Let's look at Naruto talk no jutsuing Obito for a second. Everyone gets pissed when they talk about this scene. Swag Kage complains constantly that Obito was a dope villain and he got beaten by talk no jutsu. It would have been better if Ino freaking mind transfer jutsu'd him and beat him.
Yeah.
That would have been more superficially sound than talk no jutsu. So, superficially, the climax upset people, but at the same time, thematically, Naruto talk no jutsuing Obito was insane. Because let's look at both characters from Kakashi's perspective. Obito was the idealistic kid, and Kakashi initially hated him for it, until he sacrificed himself to save Kakashi. That's when Kakashi felt terrible about his entire past and how he treated him, taking an entirely different outlook to all of life. Now, he has the chance to train Sasuke and Naruto. Sasuke is the guy who looks down at Naruto for not being as naturally skilled as he was, just like Kakashi looked down at Obito in that same way. In Kakashi's whole life, he was torn as to what the correct ideological path to take should be. His father was a big fan of friendship. This is the guy that sacrificed the mission he was doing to save the life of his comrades, which eventually ostracized him, leading him to fall into depression and take his own life. Kakashi was very pissed at this ideology. So he looked down at people that didn't follow the letter of the law, and then he lost his friends and was completely torn as to which path to take. Training Sasuke and Naruto, he did not want Sasuke to fall into the abyss. So he did everything in his power to train Sasuke, ditching Naruto during the Chunin exams, so that Sasuke can retain some of his pride and not run away to Orochimaru, which he ended up doing anyway, because Naruto ended up beating Gaara. Not the point! The point is, Team 7, the team he was training, where Sasuke represented himself, Naruto represented Obito, and Sakura represented Rin as the healing woman that's also useless. That's the very Naruto that talk no jutsu'd Obito, where in Kakashi's mind, Obito, his dead teammate, was living vicariously through Naruto. This was the new generation actually overcoming the burden of the past. So, superficially, Obito's this big bad guy, Naruto boxed him for 5 minutes and BAM! That's how you're gonna beat this epic villain? That's garbage! But thematically, it was brilliant. This is the disconnect I'm talking about. Because every single moment until Madara versus the 5 Kage was superficially brilliant, yet thematically dead. And every moment after Madara fighting the 5 Kage, until the end of the war arc, was superficially dead, but thematically brilliant. There was only one span of episodes in the entire war, I would say from when Madara started fighting the Kage until the end of that fight, where both the superficial aspects and the thematic aspects aligned, and that's why that's hands down the greatest span of episodes in the war arc, because while that's going down, Itachi's fighting Kabuto, which again completes his thematic tale, not dying for nothing. There's an important theme throughout Naruto, and that would be fate and the recurring of history. You have the Uchiha on one side of the coin, and you have the Senjus or whatever on the other side of the coin. Throughout history, these people were always at war. Eventually, the Leaf Village was created, only for the leader of the Uchiha, Madara, to get into a little scuffle with Hashirama. Generation later, you had the Uchiha clan plotting this massive coup d'etat to wipe out the Leaf, which eventually Itachi managed to, well, help that situation. Even now, the entire story we were following was Naruto and Sasuke bouncing off each other as the reincarnations of Indra and Ashura, the ancestors of the Uchiha and Senju. This fight has lasted throughout the entirety of ninja history, with these two sides being arch rivals. And now, in the final moments of the war, Naruto and Sasuke actually team up, and that, in eventuality, defeats Kaguya. It's the first time in ninja history that you had a full cooperation between the essence of the Senju and the essence of the Uchiha. So thematically, this broke the vicious cycle that's been going on for hundreds of years. Thematically, Naruto and Sasuke becoming buddy-buddies to finish off the war was incredible. Superficially, however, it was really annoying. Here you had Sasuke, who 10 minutes ago wanted to destroy the Lee Village. He kills Danzo the Hokage. He takes on the entire 5 Kage summit. He hates Konoha with a raging passion at this point. And now in the war arc, he walks up to Naruto and he's like, Naruto? Ha! I want to be Hokage. Very cool, Sasuke. Very cool. Superficially, garbage. Thematically, freaking amazing. A lot of people were upset that Kaguya was the final villain instead of Madara, and I totally understand that. Madara was hyped throughout the entire series.
Yeah, and then
he was one of the most hyped villains of all time. He was first name-dropped in the Valley of the End in episode 135 of Naruto, the original Naruto, like 400 episodes before he pops up on screen.
That's amazing.
This guy is amazing. He had a legacy that went on past his death with an incredible master plan that puts the master plans of most great villains to shame. Then he's killed from behind by Zetsu. Zetsu stabbed him through the heart. This is the guy that's been blasted back and forth by Naruto and Sasuke, as well as Kakashi and Guy for the last little bit, being blown to bits, losing his eyeballs, stealing other people's eyeballs. He can freaking control clones that are in an alternate plane of existence that no one can sense, and he has the most ultimate sensory ability seeming ever. Oh, but Black Zetsu! Oh, Black Zetsu was so powerful until this point! He wasn't hyped at all! He sneaks up behind Madara and kills him, summoning Kaguya as the final boss. Have we ever heard of Kaguya before?
No.
Hell no! Do we give two schnizzles about Kaguya?
No.
Superficially, why the hell is Kaguya the final villain? Let Madara be the final villain. We all loved Madara. Superficially, this is really dumb. But thematically, the final villain can't be Madara. Because, as I mentioned, the Uchiha and Senju share this fate. Each of them has a rival in another that they're constantly bouncing back and forth from. Their themes align to the extent that Madara had a rival in Hashirama. Madara's younger brother had a rival in Hashirama's younger brother. Out of all the ninja we've ever heard of, only 3 had a flee on sight warning when you encounter them. And 2 were Fugaku Uchiha and Minato. Now you got Naruto and Sasuke. Thematically, Madara can't be the final villain because it overstates his importance and understates the power of the Senju and Uchiha finally joining forces. The whole idea of Naruto and Sasuke teaming up to break fate in 2, breaking the cycle of pain between the Senju and Uchiha. At long last, they can work together, despite fate pitting them as enemies. Their final hurdle to overcome is going to be Madara, a villain from one side of the fateful spectrum.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
No, it's going to be someone above the entire cycle. It's going to be someone like Kaguya, the mother of chakra. By defeating her, it truly breaks a cycle of fateful hatred between the Uchiha and the Senju.
I'm on board
Not
with
only
this.
that, but in the final fight, we had Sakura do something. Wow, Sakura punch. Do we really need Sakura here? She hasn't done anything until now. Now all of a sudden she needs to be relevant.
Jumps in and punches,
as I've mentioned in my Kakashi video, his theme is how Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura is his former squad vicariously living again, where his squad never actually teamed up. Obito died, allegedly, while Rin was already captured. The only time Kakashi was willing to team up with Obito was when Rin was gone, and then Obito was gone when he teamed up with Rin, and then Rin died, and he let everything fall apart, and it sucked. So, from Kakashi's perspective, this is the most powerful thing ever. Not only that, but wasn't it dumb that Kakashi all of a sudden got a perfect Susanoo because, get this, you know how Obito can warp dimensions? Well, from the dimension of the dead, Obito warps his eternal Mangekyo Sharingan chakra thing, although it might not be eternal, I might be getting this wrong a little bit, but it's not the point, into Kakashi, who gets a perfect Susanoo. How lame is that superficially? It made absolutely no sense. But thematically, he's throwing off the burden of the past, where he was living his entire life with 2 deaths on his mind. Obito's, because Obito sacrificed himself for Kakashi, and Rin's, where Kakashi promised Obito that he would keep her safe. Yup, this is the ultimate I forgive you gesture. So yes, thematically, it's really cool that Kakashi got chakra from a dead Obito to get a perfect Susanoo. But, superficially, absolute trash. I think my point is more or less made. Naruto is an amazing series.
Yeah.
And a lot of people give it flack, and I don't believe the majority of that flack is deserved. Naruto, until the war arc, is absolutely fantastic, and even the war arc itself, it's not like it's terrible, it just didn't accomplish exactly what I'd hope it to accomplish. So, I did have to include it into my docu-series, that I'm calling a docu-series because it makes me feel cool, about anime war arcs. And I do appreciate a lot of the superficial aspects of this war in the first half, and I appreciated a lot of the thematic aspects of the war in the second half. But unfortunately, it was the disconnect that did not make this a war arc done right. Every superficial aspect has to also mean something thematically, and every thematic aspect has to be appealing superficially. I guess that's the big lesson here. But then again, that's why the Madara versus the 5 Kage fight, personally, I found absolutely fantastic. That's the moment of overlap where the superficial aspects as well as the thematic ones jived completely, making Madara's entrance potentially the greatest anime entrance of all time. Whammon and Gentle Whammon, thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope it helped shed Naruto's war arc in a slightly different light as to exactly my take on why it is not on par with the rest of the series, as well as part of the adventure of life, trying to figure out what makes a war arc tick. Once again, Life is a War Arc merch is in the description. Definitely feel free to pick some up. It will be disappearing when this 6-part series is over. And also subscribe for other parts, as well as definitely feel free to check them out. I cover several different war arcs, and each one has a different reason why it's here. If my planning is correct, which it probably isn't because my planning sucks, this is probably the 3rd entry in the Life is a War Arc series. Not that the order really matters. So definitely feel free to check out the other ones. Link in the description also to my Twitter, to the Rant Cafe podcast channel, and to my Patreon. This is my first time doing one of these series thingos, and I hope next one will be Evil Organizations, because I can't wait to talk about the Akatsuki. Damn it, they're amazing. But hey, that depends on if you like this series. Thanks for stopping by, and have yourself a most wonderful evening. But most importantly, remember to stay weird, fam.
You could do the Akatsuki, you could do the Espada, you could do the 7 Deadly Sins one, what are they called? The 10 Commandments. Yeah, I'm like, wow, it's amazing, and I can't think of anything. That was cool. I like it. Just didn't really work, did it? It was alright. It had some really cool moments. But when you think about the series as a whole, it wasn't like the high part of it. Like, I've always said that I prefer part 1 of Naruto over Shippuden. I know a lot of people don't share that opinion, which is fine. It's cool, you know. We're allowed to have opinions. I'm allowed. But yeah, so I might check out the other ones. See how we go. See what he uploads. Yeah, because we got a code. Let's go on his channel. Let's have a look. Oh, the Code Geass one intrigues me. Oh, Black Clover. Could do that. 7 Deadly Sins. Check that one out. The One Piece one is the one I'm not gonna watch. So we got Naruto. Didn't he say that was going to be the 3rd one? That was the 1st one. Anyway, yeah, I think I could check out the Black Clover, 7 Deadly Sins, and Code Geass. See how we go. Oh, I want to do is No One Understands Akira from JoJo's as well. Just so much I want to check out. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. What did you guys think of that? What did you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below. Let me know what I should watch and discuss in future videos, and I'll see you guys. See all you guys next time.